Some individuals aspire to do what is morally right, practicing honesty, working, studying, and avoiding harm. But they often encounter challenges and unexpected situations that may initially seem unfair to us. Many of us grapple with reluctance to accept this and reflect on for this to happen. However, it is essential to contemplate these scenarios, recognizing that virtuous actions should not be driven by expectations of rewards and that adversity is an intrinsic part of life for those who embrace an altruistic path. Even the most benevolent person in the world may face the loss of a job or the loss of a loved one. Indeed, virtuous individuals often grapple with such challenging circumstances, which begs the question, what truly defines virtue in these moments? Let me ask a thought-provoking question that came up in a past conversation. A disciple asked, how is it that fire cannot embrace rust, corrosion cannot destroy, and wind cannot dismantle, yet it can still rebuild the entire world? In response, Buddha explained that these phenomena are the result of virtuous actions. However, despite the many benefits associated with virtuous actions, we often observe kind-hearted individuals dealing with unexpected difficulties. Have you ever felt this feeling? If so, please feel free to share your perspective, as it may resonate with many. Today, I will share a Buddhist parable that directly addresses this very topic. This story is entitled The Monk and the Serpent. However, before delving into this gripping tale, I encourage you to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to stay informed about the latest developments. We are ready to embark on this journey. Good people often face difficult challenges. How can we address this problem? Once, Gautama Buddha was gathered with his disciples when the king of a neighboring city approached him. The king said, "Master, since I became your follower, everyone has taken advantage of me. Before I followed your teachings, people feared me for being extremely cruel, and I didn't hesitate to sentence someone to death. However, after becoming your follower, I no longer feel the need to punish anyone, and I no longer harbor anger. I have become a peaceful person, looking upon everyone with compassion. Yet some people are taking advantage of my kindness, endangering not only me, but also my people. I now face countless problems in ruling my kingdom, and people no longer respect me. Please guide me on what I should do." Buddha responded with the following story. There was a venomous snake living in a hole in the top of a tree by the side of a road near a village. This snake would attack anyone who approached, causing deaths due to its extremely poisonous bite. People were afraid to go near the tree due to the deadly danger. One day, a monk passed through the village and saw the majestic tree. He decided to meditate in its shade before continuing his journey. Some villagers returning home after tending to their herds saw the monk and warned him about the dangerous snake. They told him about the snake's lethal nature and how it attacked anyone who came near. Nonetheless, the monk smiled and continued to the tree while the villagers went on their way. Upon reaching the tree, the monk sat down to meditate. The furious snake, ready to attack, came out of its hole while chanting its mantra. The monk gazed deeply into the snake's eyes, and magically, the snake began to speak. It questioned its presence in the monk's domain, unafraid of his presence. The monk, responding with compassion, asked the snake why it should be feared when it did not fear death and had no desire to live longer than necessary. He explained that when its time came, it would depart in peace, and there was no reason to fear the snake. Surprisingly, the snake was amazed. Until that moment, it had only encountered people who sought its destruction or fled from it in fear. It had never met anyone who had no fear and was willing to converse with it. The snake said, "You are right, my dear friend, but remember, that one day life will come to an end. When your time comes, it is not appropriate to harm everyone out of fear. You must cultivate more love in your heart. The monk got up and left, allowing the snake to ponder his words. The snake decided to abandon its angry nature and stopped biting people. However, things did not go as planned. Instead of people ceasing to fear it, they began to harass the snake, throw stones at it, and be cruel. The snake became sad and lonely. If you're enjoying the video, we'd appreciate it if you could like it and subscribe to stay informed about all our content. We highly value your interest. Sometime later, the monk returned and was surprised to see the mistreated and sad snake. He asked who had done this, and the snake replied, "Since I followed your teachings to abandon violence, everyone has hurt me. Since I adopted a good and peaceful life without wanting to harm anyone, people have hurt me. They fear me even more. Nobody respects me, and everyone hurts me all the time." The monk then clarified, "My dear friend, you have misunderstood my words. Throughout this time, my advice has been for you to stop biting everyone, but not to stop defending yourself when necessary. As a king, you must fulfill your duty. As a ruler, you must be firm in disciplining everyone in your kingdom so that people can live in peace and without fear. Fulfill your responsibilities by being strong in your actions and loving in your heart. You must be a monk on the inside and a firm king on the outside." After this story, I pose the question: do you realize that being good and choosing not to harm others involves being good to yourself and not harming yourself? Virtue is an active choice. Choosing non-violence requires effort, just as imposing respect does. Love and respect start with yourself. Being good does not mean passively accepting everything that happens. The simple act of being good teaches about kindness and inspires others to lead a virtuous life. When we talk about adopting wisdom as a way of life, we mean living virtuously and bringing out the best in ourselves in all aspects. Sometimes we observe people who tirelessly strive to act with integrity, practice honesty, work hard, and avoid harming others. But they face unexpected challenges that may seem unfair at first glance. Reflecting on these situations helps us understand that the practice of virtuous acts should not be driven by immediate reward expectations. Adversity is an inherent part of existence, and for those on an altruistic path, it often manifests in challenging ways. The story of the monk and the snake teaches us that virtue is not just about refraining from harming others. It also involves the ability to defend yourself when necessary. Being good to yourself, cultivating self-esteem, and commanding respect are crucial elements of virtue. Love and respect begin with the individual. Choosing the path of non-violence requires ongoing effort. By adopting wisdom as a way of life, we commit to living virtuously and bringing out the best in ourselves in all aspects. This way, we become beacons of light that inspire others to follow a path of kindness and integrity. Virtue doesn't guarantee a journey free from obstacles, but it does offer the promise of a meaningful path that shapes not only one's personal destiny, but also the world around us. Therefore, when faced with the apparent disconnect between good actions and favorable outcomes, it is essential to remember that virtue is, at its core, an active and constant choice. The pursuit of wisdom and virtue may not eliminate all challenges, but it certainly allows us to face them with dignity, compassion, and resilience. As I conclude this reflection, I invite you to share your own experiences and thoughts on how virtue can guide us through life's complexities. Thank you sincerely for your attention, and I encourage you to explore more inspirational content on our channel. At this point, I bid farewell. If you enjoyed this content, please express your appreciation with a like and share your thoughts in the comments section. Don't hesitate to explore the following videos. They will undoubtedly pique your interest. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank